Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to be discussing about idioms and their meanings. Now, every day you might hear some people to use some idioms. Now, we don't always understand what they mean by that specific idiom. So today, I'm going to be discussing a few really commonly used idioms and what they mean. So, first of all, what is an idiom? An idiom is a phrase or saying that we use to depict some sense, but we don't really always say it in a direct form. So our first idiom is once in a blue moon. We all know what blue moons are, and if you don't know what a blue moon is, search it up. It's really cool. But what does it mean? Now, once in a blue moon means after a very long time. A blue moon occurs in 2 to 3 years, so there's some knowledge for you. Now, once in a blue moon means something that happens or someone does something after a very long period of time. Now, it's not always, the particular thing we're talking about doesn't always talk about 2 to 3 years. But just to depict some sense, we just say it once in a blue moon. So an example is, I see my family once in a blue moon, now that I live in Japan. So that's the meaning of once in a blue moon. Now our next idiom is this one, when pigs fly. Now what does it mean? Whenever I see this idiom, it kind of makes me want to laugh. Because do pigs fly? We all know that they don't. But what does it mean? When pigs fly means never. Well, we all know that pigs don't fly, they never did fly, and they never will fly, which means that pigs will never fly. So the meaning of this idiom kind of makes sense. So when pigs fly means never. I know, yes, we could use the word never itself, but come on, we need to give some enthusiasm. So when pigs fly means never. And since pigs will never fly, the meaning of this idiom is really clear. Now an example for it is don't worry. He will clean his room when pigs fly. In this case, I think the person should be worrying, but let's not mind that. So yes, we could say he will never clean his room, but come on, let's say he will never clean his room versus he will clean his room when pigs fly. In my opinion, I think the second option is much better. So that's the meaning of when pigs fly. Now the third idiom is this one, a piece of cake. Now I'm sure most of you might know the meaning of this one, but we're still going to be discussing it. Whenever I see this idiom, it kind of makes my mouth water because cake, I love it. But what does it mean? A piece of cake means really easy. This idiom is really commonly used, but I don't really understand how a piece of cake and really easy are related. I mean, if you're saying that making cake is easy, then okay. I don't have much experience in cooking, but okay. So a piece of cake means really easy. And an example for it is the math test was a piece of cake. I just want to tell you that these examples are not taken by my life. It's not true that math tests are easy for me, but it's just an example. Now the next idiom is this one, break a leg. So what does it mean? Break a leg refers to good luck. Now this idiom is commonly used with actors before they go on stage, but you can also use it if someone's like going on a match or something like that. Break a leg means good luck, but I don't really think it was good luck if someone just played a game, a sport, and then came back with a broken leg, but it's a good idiom. So the meaning of this is refers to good luck, and an example is break a leg, John. You'll do great. Now the next idiom is don't judge a book by its cover. This is usually used as a moral when it comes to stories, but we can also use it as in our daily conversation. But what does it mean? Don't judge a book by its cover means not to judge a person, thing, or animal by its appearance. Now, this idiom is usually used as a moral, as I told you. So, don't judge a book by its cover. We can say it in an example for this idiom is, don't judge a book by its cover. He can do great. So, that's the meaning of don't judge a book by its cover. Not to judge anything, anyone, or any place by the way it looks. Okay. Now the next idiom is see eye to eye. Now, see eye to eye means to agree on something with someone else. The simplest words we can say it in. See eye to eye. Not everyone might understand this because, let's say me and my friend had an argument and we finally agreed on something. So we saw each other eye to eye. But we usually do that, right? So this may be a bit confusing, but it's a great idiom and you should use it. Now, an example is the principal and the director finally met eye to eye for the decision. Now, the next idiom is don't count your chickens before they hatch. Now, this is a really meaningful idiom. And the meaning of it is not to rely upon something that is not confirmed. So that may be a bit not understandable. So what it really means is that you shouldn't think that your job is done when something is not done. What I really mean, you shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. So we all know if you've ever seen a chicken, I'm sure we all know that the eggs sometimes they aren't really successful. But a few chickens are successful. Now, so that's why you shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. You shouldn't rely upon something that isn't confirmed. And what it means, so that's what it means, and an example for it is work hard, because you shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. So the next idiom is caught between a rock and a hard place. Now this means making a decision between two very unpleasant things. Would you rather have beans or carrots? No. For me, would you rather have a broccoli or a carrot? It's a really hard decision, and you have to make it between two very unpleasant things. And an example is, after he failed, he was caught between a rock and a hard place. Now, the next idiom is getting a taste of your own medicine. Now, in the most simplest words, you can say that getting a taste of your own medicine means tit for tat or karma, or being treated the same way you treat others. So, getting a taste of your own medicine kind of means tit for tat or karma, if you know what I mean. Or in simpler words, you could say that you're being treated the same way you treat others. So, when they complained, he got a taste of his own medicine, is an example. Now, the next idiom is letting the cat out of the bag. I'm not really sure where the cat came from and what color the bag was, but we do know that someone let the cat out of a bag. Now, what does it mean? Letting the cat out of a bag means to accidentally share a secret that you weren't supposed to share. So, an example for it, he let the cat out of the bag about the wedding. So the next idiom is no pain, no gain. This idiom is kind of simple and it's kind of easy to understand, but it means that you won't get anything if you don't work hard for it. And an example is when it comes to business, it's no pain, no gain. And now the next idiom is your guess is as good as mine. The meaning is not to know something. Like you don't know something, though you're not supposed to know, but you don't know. Now an example for it is, I don't know the answer. Your guess is as good as mine. Now the next idiom is having your head in the clouds. Now I don't know who has a tall enough neck or who is tall enough to have his head in the clouds. Or maybe it's an aeroplane or a parachute. Never mind. But let's go back to the meaning. What does it mean? It means to be daydreaming or not paying attention. And an example is, in class, she always has her head in the clouds. And again, I'm telling you, these examples are not from my life. Okay, now thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe our channel and share this video if you want to. Thank you very much. Bye.